answered in kind. 38. The golden mug. Hate has never been the antidote to hate, nor will it ever be. Condemnation does not cure. Criticism does not redeem. And judgment, so confidently hurled, returns inevitably to the hand that cast it. For attention is not passive. Where it lingers, it inhabits. Where it dwells, it becomes. To sit enthroned in judgment, whether clothed as condemnation, criticism, or even idle curiosity regarding the affairs of another, is not permissible to the genuine student. And yet, many have mistaken reverence for participation, worship for application. They polish the idol of the teacher while leaving the teachings untouched. When one ceases to be a student, one must ask, what then have I become? Imagine a master gardener offering instruction, how to tend the soil, when to plant, where to prune, so that you might nourish yourself and those you love. But instead of listening, you kneel and kiss their feet. When the gardener departs, the soil lies fallow, and you starve amid your devotion. So it is with spirit. The teacher is not the meal, only the menu. The words are not the water, only the vessel. To clutch the cup without drinking is to remain parched while praising the craftsmanship of porcelain. The true student listens not with the ear, but with presence. They do not worship the messenger, for they have apprehended the message. They do not cling to form, for they have felt the essence coursing beneath it. They bow only to the light within, and in that bowing, they rise beyond anything an idol could ever elevate. To learn is not to acquire, but to remember. To serve is not to diminish, but to reveal what already is. And to love, truly love, is to allow others the dignity of their own path, without the compulsion to prove your own superior. Attention is sovereign. Some would persuade you otherwise, for those who profit from your disempowerment require you to believe yourself small. And yet, if you accept powerlessness, it becomes your lived reality. Words are power. Feeling is power. Thought is power. If words were inert, one would not need to lose hearing for them to cease their effect. Few are taught the potency of the voice, inner or spoken, the generative faculty of imagination, or the gravitational force of belief. Instead, they erect fences within their own minds, chanting quiet curses like mantras. I will never be loved. I will never belong. Life is cruel, and then you die. Let it be spoken otherwise. Each morning, remind yourself, now what I place my attention upon, I become. Where I focus, there I am. Hate has never cured hate because hate itself is a teacher, one that reveals the consequences of neglecting one's own garden. It shows the famine born of judgment, the barrenness that follows fixation on another's soil. So plant again, water what is authentic within you. Let the fruit of your own understanding nourish the world, for that is the only offering that was ever requested of you. The wise, therefore, become gardeners of attention, uprooting the weeds of fear and habitual complaint, irrigating gratitude until it overruns the mind in wild, untamed bloom. Fear originates in the amygdala, that small almond-shaped sentinel in the brain, no more than a fraction of your total being. It is an able messenger, a competent butler announcing a knock at the door. But to enthrone it as master is to abdicate sovereignty to a minion. Free will is precisely this choice. You may hand the reins of your being to fear and allow it dominion. Or you may receive its signal and redirect your gaze towards something nobler. Herein lies the paradox. To surrender authority to fear is to narrow perception to a pinhole, to peer through blinders that invite precisely the danger one seeks to avoid. Fear sustains itself by constriction. Worse still is to seize fear in anger, to clutch its thorns, attempting to extract life from them, only to discover the net cast in terror tightening inward, its barbs turning upon the one who flung it. Attention is the threshold through which creation hears you. It is your signature upon the field of becoming. Every thought, every feeling, every image whispered in secrecy is a stroke upon the canvas of tomorrow. Many live as though they were powerless observers, unaware that they are simultaneously the stage, the actor, and the light that reveals the scene. They murmur, "I hope things improve," not realizing that hope, unmoored from knowing, is a weak compass. You are not here to beg existence for mercy. You are here to declare, "Let there be," is not archaic, it is eternal, uttered anew each time you choose what shall occupy your inner dwelling. When you say, "I am lost," the universe concurs. When you say, "I am found," it rearranges itself accordingly. When you say, "I am becoming," the cosmos clears a corridor for your unfolding. Look, then, at the evidence. Are you at peace? Do you feel belonging? Do you sense purpose? Attend closely to what you rehearse within yourself by day, and what you whisper as sleep overtakes you. You may protest, "What of those who suffer elsewhere while I cultivate stillness at home?" And the answer is this: awakening does not wear a uniform. It does not look the same for everyone. Judgment of another's terrain is not your jurisdiction, for you do not perceive the full constellation of forces acting upon them. You know only your angle of vision, and an angle is never the whole picture. But you do know what unfolds within your immediate world, and from there you may act. If you were the one in suffering, would you desire another to mirror your despair? Or would you hope they might extend a hand from a higher altitude, offering a different atmosphere altogether? Many grip fear until it blisters into anger. When the storm subsides, they are disoriented, for gratitude was never practiced as refuge. Some do not return home to quietude, but to shattered stillness, slamming doors, rattled windows. They disregard the peace of others, seeking only relief from their own unrest. Where you focus, there you are. This is not superstition, it is law. Thought, feeling, and tongue are the Trinity lightning rods of creation. Every utterance, spoken with sincerity, charges the field of your being. Speak despair, and you summon thunder. Speak joy, and you herald dawn. Therefore, consecrate your speech before releasing it. Guard your words as seeds of eternity, for they will return in their season, bearing the harvest of your unseen garden. And when you survey the terrain of your life and discover thorns, do not curse the soil. Bless it and plant again. Your attention is the rain, your belief the sun, and your feeling the silent labor beneath the earth. Each morning, remember, you are not imprisoned within the mind. You are holding the reins of creation itself. And when you finally direct your attention toward love, toward beauty, toward the living presence permeating all things, even the stones will seem to sing your name, because they too remember that they are alive. All is living energy. Some deny energy, though they rely upon electricity, protons, photons, the neutrinos that just passed through your molars, the magnetosphere kissing your bones. Perhaps they mean what they call subtle energy, but subtlety has never implied absence. After all, what else is there outside of energy? And regardless of terminology, we all know feeling. How does it feel to call another insignificant? How does it feel to say it to yourself? What occurs when you meet your own reflection and whisper, love you too. And these words before you, whence did they arise? I can say with certainty, they would not exist had I ignored the warmth in my heart. What of words like bless or God, so often misshapen by fear? Many wield them with ferocity that betrays their meaning. No wonder some turn away from gentleness when harsher paths feel safer. Some say, fear God, while proclaiming God is love. Why fear love? Such theology devours itself. If God is infinite, fear, being constrictive, cannot be of its essence. Love expands, fear contracts. Yet fear is still enthroned as sacred, polished, quoted, revered. But fear is not reverence. Fear is the refusal to look love in the face. Love, like God, exceeds comprehension. You reach for its boundaries and find none. Fear erects walls. Love dissolves them. And so the invitation remains. Drink from the golden mug, the presence which you are. Plant the garden, tend it. Withdraw the crown from fear and restore it to your knowing. For you were never meant to worship the vessel. You were meant to overflow. Praise love and pass the compassion, and rest assured knowing, no matter where you place your attention, you will always be answered in kind.